Hey guys, welcome back, and I apologize because the last video I said we were going to get into the gear that's packed and I was wrong. We want to go through the optics because both Keith and I use different optics, so wanted to get through that. So give me 1 second here, get our spreadsheet back up and running on the computer so I can tell you exactly what we got going on. And alright, so obviously, you can see back here I have the spotting scope set up. You got to see my FHF Gear vinyl harness the other day, so now we're going to kind of walk through the optics. So, any backcountry hunt, this is certain parts of this comes down to personal preference. Some of it comes down to really what you are going to want to use when you're out there. So start first, obviously these are here, so these are on me at all times. I'm running the Alpen Teton 10x42s right here. So we have coated. It's a special prism that they use in the Teton. It makes things so clear and it makes things look like they're standing right next to you. So they're lightweight, they're inexpensive. These things come in at 35.8 ounces with the FHF gear, so that's total weight. You're looking at $800. Now, the Vinyl Bandit is what I said the other day when I went over the FHF gear. It's something that I would recommend to anybody running a pair of glass. Basically what it does is once I have it on, it's protecting any light from getting to my eyes from outside the binocular. So it becomes almost like a hood. And now I can glass. I don't have anything in my peripheral that would bother me from looking. And what's really nice is because I don't run lens caps on my glass, it protects my eyepieces. So that is a definite. I would recommend that to anybody. It adds like no weight, and I think they're $14 or $15. The other thing that is attached here from the same company, Alpine. Basically, you have their spuds. This is the Pro. So the Spuds Pro comes with a little bottle of lens cleaner that actually fits into the pouch. And you can get these in the majority of different colors. But it's a lens cloth, and then again it has a little pouch in there that you can run your lens cleaner in, so you can clean you off your binos or your spotting scope or your sunglasses, that type of thing. So those are quick and easy to kind of get out of the way. Now, some guys will run a bigger set of binoculars. Okay, I do not. Thankfully, luckily, everybody, just about everybody on my side of the family needs corrective lenses of some sort. I do not. My mother needed them. My father needed them. My sister needs them. My wife even needs them. But I do not need corrective lenses. I have what I'd like to think is pretty darn good eyesight. So I do not run a bigger set of binoculars. Some guys will run a 12 by 50, a 15 by 50, something to that nature. So on my list, I do not have that. It's one extra set of binoculars because on the list we're going up against, it had a set of 10 by 42s, a set of 15 by 56. So it's just weight that I don't need, and it's money I don't need to spend. Now, if you are going to be sitting and glassing and you need corrective lenses or don't have great eyesight, then I would recommend taking out the 10 by 42s off of your list and putting in a bigger set with more magnification, a bigger lens so that it pulls in more light and you can see better. Now, because of that, I also like to run a bigger spotting scope. Alpen also makes spotting scopes, and right here, this is the Shasta Ridge, 25 to 75 by 100. Some people ask, why do you carry something that big? Well, because it weighs next to nothing. You're looking at 70 ounces with the tripod, and it's a whopping $750. So I can basically, as Dennis from Initial Ascent had said to me, you could see the ticks on a deer's ear 2 miles away, pretty much. So this is super inexpensive, able to see ridge to ridge, down into openings and valleys and meadows. Yes, it's big, but it fits in my pack, barely weighs anything, and I could basically buy these binoculars, that spotting scope, for the one set of binoculars that they had on their original list. So, with that said, one of the biggest things that people like to have when they're out on a backcountry trip, and obviously for us it's a little different because we have them with us just about all the time, is a camera. So because we film for a TV show, yes, we have cameras. So our gear list is normally heavier because we have extra camera equipment. But we're doing this as a general hunter, not a TV show. If I want to go out on a backcountry hunt and I want to be able to film but not have to carry all the extra gear of a camera, how can you do it? So last year, Tactacam, everybody knows who Tactacam is. They make one of the best, if not the best, point of view camera angle camera for a hunter or fisherman. So they have the 5.0, which mounts to your bow. You can mount it to your gun. Now they have the film through scope, which they came out with a few years ago, that you can actually mount to your rifle scope, and the camera will pick up everything that you see through the rifle scope. So on a rifle hunt, now you have the option to film the kill shot, everything from your point of view, so you can share it with family and friends and whatnot. This particular guy is the Tactacam LR spotter, spotter LR. And this thing is just badass. I got to see it a few years ago, I guess last year, when they had one at the show, but they had not revealed it yet. Then they revealed it, and this thing, I mean, we use their 5.0s. They also have a trail camera out now, but this thing is a game changer for people in the backcountry because this mounts to your spotting scope. So I'm just going to turn it on real quick. So basically you can see, there's your camera screen, and you can run it so that this is either up if you're standing, you can spin it and run it this way. You can do a whole bunch of different things, but basically it allows you to film everything that you see in your spotting scope. So I'm going to turn this around, and basically I already have the insert that goes over the adapter that goes over my eyepiece, but basically this just sits right here. It's got a clamp so it doesn't come off, and now everything that I am looking at, I no longer need to be on my spotting scope and looking through the eyepiece. I can look through my Tactacam and see everything that my spotting scope is seeing. So a lot of people say, well, you know, use your phone and hold it so you don't have to sit on the eyepiece all day. This just changed all of that, and it saves weight than carrying a normal camera to hook up to some sort of adapter, you know, like a standard digital DSLR, and put it on an adapter so it'll see through the eyepiece. They did it for you. They made it that much easier, and the price is right. So with that guy, you're looking at, now that films in 4K, which is a big thing. You're looking at 9 ounces, and it's $300. Now the tripod, some people say, what about a tripod? So there are 2 other pieces of equipment. One I can't show you because the camera that's filming me right now is using my tripod. But the tripod that we use is a Vanguard Veo 2X. It comes in at $280 and weighs 36 ounces. Now we use the pan head on it. In other words, I'm going to unlock it real quick and I can spin you all over the place. So it makes it a little bit easier. And the reason some people do this is Snipex makes an adapter for your binoculars. So you can have your spotting scope set up, but then let's say you find a herd of bull, you find a mule deer. Now you want to really glass them, so you get up on your binoculars, and sometimes you're shaking. Now some people will use their bow and kind of hold it like this, but Snipex makes an adapter that goes to your binocular and then attaches to your tripod. You're looking at $12 for that piece. It weighs 2 ounces. The one that they recommended is $19.99, and it was 4 or 5 ounces. So The only other piece of optical equipment that you should have, whether you're archery hunting, you're gun hunting, doesn't matter, is a rangefinder. And we use the Bressler 800. This is true view, so whatever you're looking at, it's not a magnified deal. So a lot of times you use a magnified rangefinder and everything looks funny when you take it down because you're like, what did I just range? So this is true view, this is long range. Now I have a cord here, excuse me one second, and it's a bungee cord, and what I do is I keep this on my pack because I don't want it in front of me, so I can take this, it would be attached to my pack, I can get it, and then I can take it down behind my arm when it's not up and slide it behind me, so it's out of the way. But you're looking at this guy here, 13.6 ounces for $170 for an 800-yard rangefinder, and works great. We used it all this past season during archery hunts, and was spot on every time. Never questioned it. Same thing with all of our binoculars. We've been using Alpen since last year. So go to a Lowe's or a hardware store and pick up, it's a keychain, the coiled kind, and that way I don't have to worry about dropping it and losing it. So it weighs, again, 13 ounces for $170. Definitely a way to go. So, and last but not least, and everybody's probably going, why does he have a sleeping pad sitting there? So looks kind of like my sleeping pad. It is another Big Agnes product, and it actually is called the 3rd Degree. However, this is an actual seat. So this is my 12 by 20 3rd Degree seat. So when you're sitting down in the glass or sit on the scope, you don't want to sit on a cold rock or wet ground. And now you have a camp seat when you're eating dinner when you get back too. So this actually rolls up really nice. It is the closed cell foam, so I just slide it when I'm the hike in. I put it inside my sleeping pad, and then when I have my IA6 turned into a day pack, it goes inside the pocket. So as we're moving, I can use it to sit down and glass. But that walks us through your optics portion. Keith will have some obviously other pieces, that's why I wanted to get mine done. So on the list that we went against, they were at $9,145. Okay, that's a lot of money wrapped up in equipment that doesn't get used as much as everything else. For us, or for me anyway, I'm at 10 pounds, so we shaved 4 pounds off their list, and my optics, everything that I just went over with you, cost $2,300. So I shaved almost $7,000 and 4 pounds of weight.